Hello to all of you beautiful souls. Peace on earth and love and light to you. I am Gabrielle.Ether. Thank you for coming to my channel. Okay, so this is a video on comfort zones. So you guys, if you saw my this or that video, then it seemed like I had a theme about comfort zones and like coming out of comfort zones. So in that video I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a video on specifically on comfort zones. So that's what I'm gonna do. So be led to any deck, and this is polychrome jasper. This is a red jasper. This is a black agate, I believe. So, and we're gonna start now, and I'm just gonna start from this red jasper right here. Let's see how you're gonna come out of your comfort zone. Let's see what you have. Okay, okay, this is what I'm thinking for you guys. Okay, I'm thinking for you guys, for your comfort zone, it's more of the way you, it's like, I know what I'm trying to say, but how can I say this? It's more of the way the way you keep things to yourself. It's more of your emotions and the way you feel about things, and it's more of an emotion thing. It's just like if you are, it's like your comfort zone, it's like you always resort back to this certain type of feeling. And it's like, say if someone makes you mad or make you angry, you always resort back to it's like your comfort zone is it's not anything natural or a place or anything like that. It's more of internal. That's it. It's more of a feeling, a certain feeling that you get. And it's like if someone makes you mad or upset, you always resort back to this critical side, or like being critical of yourself, or maybe you just slump back into this like the slump of like depression or worry or whatever it is. It's just something emotional that it seems like you just cannot shake, and spirit just wants to help you with this. So anytime, because it's simply because this is just more of an emotional thing, it's more internal. Anytime you start to feel like this, only thing you do is call in on your spiritual team. And I will tell you guys this is something that I had to learn how to do, and this is something that I do often, because I tend to just honestly look at the cup as half empty rather than halfway full. And whenever I feel like that, I always say the cup is not halfway empty. Empty is halfway full. And sometimes I just say, okay, spiritual team, come in, send me a word of encouragement, encourage me, do what you do best. It works every single time. So it's something pretty simple for you, simply because it's an emotional thing. So you just have to pretty much remind yourself not to go back to this feeling, not to, get into this bad funk that you feel sometimes, and that's your comfort zone for some reason. And sometimes with things like that are our comfort zone, it's because maybe our parents are like that, we grew up in a household like that, maybe a lot of people just made us feel like that throughout our lives. And sometimes, you guys, it's comfortable for us to just say, well, I give up, or I'm just not gonna do anything, or this is just too hard for me, so I'm not gonna push forward. Or just, instead of getting happy, instead of getting excited, instead of just getting real optimistic and positive, you tend to just slump back into a negative thinking, a negative feeling, just being sad and emotional. You tend to do that more than feeling happy. It's like when things are not going your way, it's like you just stay sad. And if this is your comfort zone, then it's probably that you're staying sad more than you are happy. It's more that when things are not going your way, it's more that you just it's like you'll just sit around for a period of time unhappy. You don't even force yourself to get happy, as if, and if this is your comfort zone, you might not even know how to get happy. You guys, this is just more of a mindset. It's not even as it's not even as difficult maybe as it may seem, because it's your comfort zone. This is what's more comfortable to you. So you might feel like, okay, this is difficult to get out of this mindset, because I felt like this before, and I feel like this before. We all get into this mindset. So when I'm talking about you and this is being your comfort zone, okay, that does not mean that, that we all, that it's just like, that this is just something that only you go through. We all get into this mindset sometimes. And whenever I feel like this, then the only thing that I do is I just have to quickly remind myself. And one thing I tell myself is, quickly, when I see myself like worrying too much, or started thinking negative, I always say, okay, think of the glass as halfway full. That helps me every time, and I come out of that slump. And then sometimes, if it seems like your body just wants to stay there, then, like I said, that will be your comfort zone. That is just what you're used to doing, and you have to just keep pushing and pushing throughout that if you want to. You have to just really ask yourself, do I want to continue to feel like this? Like, it's almost as if, for some people, continue, no one wants to continue to feel like that, but continue to feel like that feels natural. It's just because what you're used to. You're only used to that feeling, because that's what you've always seen, and that's what you've always witnessed. You haven't really witnessed too many people pushing themselves out of stuff, not the people you grew up with, and just being happy. So you be the example, you be the better person, you push yourself out of this, okay? Okay, I was wondering, should I read this, but you probably already did, since I'm so close up on it. So I'm not really going to read it. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all Spirit wants me to say about this. So you guys know how you're going to release your comfort zone. Now I've explained that, something that I can do, that I do, and I think you can do too. Okay, you guys, one more thing. I was trying to think of something that I say when I started to feel like that. When I start to feel like this, because I do start to feel like this sometimes. I was just saying, the glass is not empty. The glass is not halfway empty. The glass is halfway full. Another thing that I tell myself, now this is just works for me, and I hope it can work for you too. I tell myself that instead of thinking of the worst that can happen, think of everything good that can happen. Because I tend to just say, oh my gosh, what if this happens, what if this happens, what if this happens? But right when that happens, like, just like refocus. Yes, I can open your water. Just refocus, and then say, hold on, I'm thinking of everything bad that can happen. Let me think of all the good things that can happen. And then I stop, you guys, and I literally start. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at my baby. She's like, I'm super thirsty. She is so extra, you guys. Like, she's just extra like that. Anyways. And I didn't want to interrupt the reading for that, but if that was funny to you, maybe you needed that good laugh. Yeah, but anyways, I just literally start to think of everything that can go right, and every time I do that, it's like it makes me feel so much better. So now I'm finished with this one. Okay, so those of you who relate to this product crumbs, Jasper, let's see what we can do about your comfort zone. This comfort zone is saying basically just let it go. Wow. I don't even know what your comfort zone is. That's what this part was supposed to be about. Let me think. Okay, everyone. As soon as I put down the phone, it's like that's exactly what I started to. I heard exactly what I was starting to what this card was really saying. Okay, so the thing is, I pause the video to think sometimes, because I don't want the video to be any longer than it has to be, since I tend to rumble and stuff. So I kept hearing on this let go card, basically that's what you have to do, let go of this way. But I kept hearing go, go, go. Like some of you guys are just quick to be like on the move and go. And then when I asked Spirit for a clarifier, I came up with this animal kingdom card, since some animals are just kind of like wild in nature. And I haven't used this deck in a while, so but this is how I used to see this card, as like something wild or being in a wild, meaning like sometimes somebody's doing too much or being doing or kind of going overboard or something like that. I will use this card to explain that sometimes. And so this came as a clarifier for this. So that's kind of what I am getting, someone who is usually like kind of on the go all the time. So if this is your comfort zone, then it seems like you're comfortable with going with more so going rather than thinking. Okay, I am the opposite. I think before I go. And then Spirit has to always like tell me like speed up, speed up, speed up, because I will get in my comfort zone of just of being, what's the word that I'm trying to figure out, of procrastinating. I am a big procrastinator. And then you guys, sometimes it's like, sometimes Spirit, when I hear Spirit tell me to go and do something, I will do it like immediately, because I know Spirit has told me that, and I don't think about it sometimes. And I have to find a balance between that, but most of the time Spirit has to tell me to go. You guys are the opposite. Okay, there's a balance that we need. Okay, you guys are the opposite. It's like the thing is, it seems like you tend to go without thinking because you are more scared of the consequence. Okay, me, I am so scared of the consequence that I think about the consequence. I want to know the consequence. I want to know what I'm doing wrong. I want to know if this is wrong, if this is right. Am I what is my motive pure? Is it the right one? I'm always trying to make sure I'm doing things the right way. And it's like and even though that can be a good thing, it can kind of be a bad thing too, because sometimes I worry about unnecessary things. So you guys, and I'm saying all this to help you guys out, because you guys are the opposite. It's sometimes when you're always on the go and you don't think about, and you don't want to think about and you don't think about the consequences, because you are too afraid of the consequence to even think about it. So therefore you might be the type of person that don't like to plan a lot, or you just don't really like to think about other options. When you see option A, you just go for option A. And this is not to say that this is a negative thing. This is very well can be a positive thing, but everything positive can have a negative to it. Okay, like I was saying, sometimes Spirit has to have to push me, because I'll sit there and think about something for years until I actually go. And then, but you guys, and then I need some of this energy. Sometimes you cannot be so caught up in the outcome. You cannot be so caught up in consequences. I have to learn that. And that's what you guys have already excelled in. You already have learned that. So that is great. But if this is coming up as your comfort zone, the Spirit is saying don't tend to do this. Sometimes you have to think, when you start feeling uneasy and you start to feel uncomfortable, that's the key word, uncomfortable, then that's when you can't just say, well, I'm just going to do it. That cannot be your answer, okay? When you feel uncomfortable, that cannot be your answer. Well, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do anything. I'm just going to do first thing that comes to my mind. Your answer has to be, you know what? Not this time. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to think, and I'm going to think about a plan. That has to be your answer for this, okay? Because this is your comfort zone. This is how you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. So I was thinking about, should I read this? Okay, this reach out card. We know You're reaching out right now for help due to a current situation. Support is as much about the physical act of accepting help or offer as it is about the emotional benefits and learning that it's truly okay to accept support however it is presented to you. Okay, so that message is for you guys, and I don't have to say too much more because it was kind of sort of saying what I was already saying, and then I feel like that what I just said was pretty much what you guys needed to hear, because it seems like you guys are just not the type to just sit down and think about what you should do next or how it should go or anything like that. But Spirit is like, that's what we are here for. We're here to help you. It's like if you're that type, then you are the type that really don't ask for a lot of help. And it's okay. It's okay. Like, basically this card is saying it's okay. It's okay to fail, It's okay to let go. And it's okay to just realize things are not going to, if things are not going to always go as planned. So that does not mean that you should not make a plan. It's okay to just sit down and think about the consequence, because the consequence might scare you, or the other option, it might scare you. This is what this is basically saying. But once you sit down and you actually ask for the help that you actually need, and let go of this feeling of this fear that you have of like the consequence or what's on the other side of the door, the unknown, and just, feeling like, well, this is unknown, I don't have to know, so then I just go out. Once you're able to let this go, then, you will definitely be out of your comfort zone. That's how you get out of your comfort zone. Anytime you're in your comfort zone, then the only thing that you do is do the opposite, okay? For whatever it is. Maybe you have another comfort zone. You know what that is. Whatever it is, you always do the opposite. And Spirit is saying it's okay. Reach out for us, ask us for support, and ask us how to help you. Like, I like this part down here, and learning that it's truly okay to accept support however it's presented to you, okay? It seems like this is the type of people that you guys might be. You're just the type who don't really like to ask for help, and that's one reason why you're just kind of used to just getting up and just going out on your own. But it's okay to sit down and reach out to other people if need be. You don't have to do everything by yourself, and just, let go of the it's like a certain control that you have, but the control that you have is more of wanting to do stuff by yourself and want to do stuff on your own, and just kind of wanted to, just like, you're just, like a free spirit, and just don't want to, put yourselves in someone else's hands. It's like, look at this picture, kind of like that. It's kind of like you're just really afraid to doing that, and that's why you're just usually on the go. That's why you just usually don't like to, and that's why you usually don't really like to, ask for help, because you just the independent type of person. Nothing is wrong with that, but sometimes we need help with other people, and sometimes it's okay to just sit down and say, hey, I actually need help this time, and like I said, sometimes, think of an A, B, and C. It's okay to plan. We need that balance. So, okay, so that is all for those of you guys who were drawn to this one. Now we're going to go to this black agate. I think that's what this is. If you know what this is and I'm not saying it right, then let me know. Because it's like no, it has like some little white lines in it. It sure does. Okay, let's see what your situation is. And let's see how to get out of your comfort zone. Okay, so this is what I'm immediately hearing for your comfort zones. This is definitely a comfort zone because you tend to go back to basics. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, for those of you who picked this card right here, I'm so sad to say this. It's not that bad. I'm sad to say this for some reasons. So, you guys are so strong, okay? This is you. and this is not you. You are so strong. And I was hearing so much, okay? Okay, so I won't talk that long when it comes to this card. I'm just gonna say it. Okay, so you guys are so strong. You are the type of people, like, I just feel like you've learned a lot. You've been through so much, and you've learned a lot. You've overcame a lot, and through all those things that you've been through, you've came out, pretty good, pretty decent. You're now stronger. You're now wiser. But time, your strength is tested. What do? You act like you forget every single thing that you've ever learned, and you go back to the little small timid person that you used to be, the scared person that used to be, the person who really didn't know much about life. That's what you tend to resort back to. When you know how to have faith, you know how to push through. You've done it so many times before, and this is why this is so sad, because I'm picking up a very strong person. And you guys, I'm not just talking about you, I'm talking about myself too, because I know I tend to do this. I know, and I've heard this on personal readings for me too. So I can't just say, and that's why, one reason why I have this gift, you guys, and that's why anyone who does pick a card readings, or anyone who does readings, have to have gone through a plethora of things in order to tell you guys how to come out of it. Yes, spirit speaks to us, but we have to have gone through this stuff too. And that's why I know that this is really sad. This is a sad case to be in, and you guys know this too. It's so sad that it's laughable. That's why I'm laughing right now, because hey, I get like this sometimes. Like, who are you? You know who you are. And I'm picking up an energy that is so strong. This is you. You're so strong. And then you're so brave, and you're so wise. You're very smart, highly intuitive. But time your strength is tested, you just go back to basics. You act like you ain't never heard nothing before. You act like you ain't never went through nothing before or anything like that. Okay? Don't get like this. You know what you can simply do, since you already know what you know? This is very simple, how to come out of your comfort zone. Always remember who you are. Just that simple. It's not like you have to build anything, like certain situations you might have to build a certain strength, or you might have to build a certain mindset. You might have to learn a certain lesson. You guys, I feel like, are pretty seasoned, okay? Just don't do that. Don't go back. For someone who is so seasoned and so well rounded and have learned so much, like, and could teach other people, and you just feel like sometimes, well, I just don't want to try anymore. And I totally understand that. Isn't it? I mean, we're humans. We're allowed to do, we're allowed to have our comfort zones, And like I always say, if it's a comfort zone, just do the opposite, Just say, you know what? I am no longer going to be this person. That I'm not even this person no more. You're not even this person no more. It's like you can't run back to this run. You can't run back to this person if you tried, even though you do this. You just say, well, I'm not gonna be this person anymore. I'm just gonna sit back and relax, and I'm just going to ignore everything that comes my way. I'm not gonna try to fight it. I'm not gonna just press through it. I know the answer. I know I should have faith. I know I should do this or that. I know how to eat healthy. I'm just not going to do it, because you just don't feel like fighting. You know where this mindset comes from? It comes from someone who has been through so much, and since you've been through so much, you just kind of burn out sometimes. I'm going to suggest that you guys who are specifically drawn to this card to take more time out for yourself. Start putting yourself first, because one reason you're almost about to burn out, and one reason you're starting to burn out is because you've had to be this person for so long, okay? Just don't resort back to this person. you know what, if you have to continue to fight, sometimes continue to fight, continue to be wise, continue to be brave, continue to be strong. That's who you are. You can't go back to this person, no way. So whenever you get like this, don't give up. Don't get in that give up mindset and say, well, I'm just not going to do anything anymore, because hey, I get like that so much, you guys. Don't do that. The only thing you have to do is remember who you are, okay? I'm looking at all this red energy here, so I'm going to suggest that you work on your root chakra, okay? So that is all, you guys. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. Let me know how well any of this resonated with you, and let me know if you like this reading. Also, continue to come and grow with me and subscribe. Bye.